I'm Clayton Breiler, and I'm the proud principal of Oakridge Upper Elementary. I'm an avid news watcher. You know, there's a lot of things in our world that we can't change, that's out of our control. And what I wanted to bring here at the Upper Elementary is, you know, there are things we can do to make our world a better place. Yes, there's a lot going on in the world, negative and positive, and a lot of it's outside of our zone of control. But there's a lot of positive things with random acts of kindness and just being nice to one another that we can do to make a change. And I want them to see how simple that can be.
Our project is selling pickles, and that's to benefit the Radford family. So our hope is to use our money to benefit the Radford family who recently went through a fire. Well, it teaches them to give back, and it teaches them to help one another, and it teaches them to work as a team.
My name is Mrs. Arevalo. I teach 6th grade, and our project was called Positivity Rocks. My students came up with different positive messages, and then they painted rocks, and they wrote those messages on the back of the rocks. And then we went and we placed them around the high school and the middle school, and then people could find the rocks, see the message, they could choose to take the rock, or they could leave it there for someone else to find. One of the really cool things about this project was that it was able to connect our younger Eagles with our older Eagles at the high school and the middle school, which was really exciting. I had a lot of former students reach out and say that they had found the rocks and send me pictures and messages with the rocks, and so that was really cool to get to see. I think it was really cool to get the kids thinking about how they can impact other people, and they were really excited when they got to see those messages coming back from other people who found the rocks, and they're like, oh my gosh, that was mine, and it just really gave them a sense of pride in doing something for other people.
My name is Heather Green, and I teach 6th grade, and our project is to cheer up those people that are at the Johnson Cancer Center and just make their day a little bit better when they're there receiving treatments. So my students created a banner, and they're also decorating clay butterflies to hang throughout the building, just to have an awareness of the different types of people out there and the different needs that people have, and just to reach out into the community.
My name is Lisa Laniga, and I teach 4th grade, and our Be the Change challenge was called Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest, the children put together bags, like a goodie bag, for all of our guest teachers. So when they get here, they feel welcomed. I think my favorite part of the whole process was just watching the kids come together and to get excited to do something nice for these people who come into our building and take care of our kids when we're gone.
Hello, my name is Chad Latch. I'm a 6th grade teacher, and we are currently in a project to support Oakridge teacher Mrs. Sarah Eldred and her son Ferris, who is fighting leukemia. Well, one thing we're doing, we are making bracelets to support Ferris, and then we are hoping to be able to do a little money collection to help Mrs. Eldred because she's missing a lot of work and support their family.
Hi, I'm Jessica Teisman, and I teach 6th grade. Our project for the Be the Change project was going to Kids Food Basket, and we helped put together snack bags that go in the sack suppers for students that just need extra food. My favorite part of that was seeing my class come together as a team and working together to help other people.
My name is Shelby Golds, and I teach 4th grade. Our project was having a table set up in the lunchroom and having students choose a card, and they got to flip it over and find a random act of kindness they had to do throughout that day. My favorite part was seeing all the students light up when they got their random act of kindness as they were running the table, and my different kids handing them out and seeing the impact it had.
Hi, I'm Miss Jen Fairweather. I teach 4th grade, and our students participated in a book gathering project for Embrace Books, which is a community project in Muskegon that provides over 100,000 free books to anybody and everybody that wants to read. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. One of the best parts of the project was that kids had a chance to choose a free book from Embrace Books and then donate it to every class in the building. So the kids had a stakeholder part in it. And Miss T, who is the director of Embrace Books, actually came and read to and with the kids, and it was fantastic.
So my name's Jennifer Jabalis, and I teach 4th grade here at Oakridge Upper Elementary. For our Be the Change project, we partnered with the Muskegon VA on Apple Avenue. The kids made them Veterans Day cards and Christmas cards, And then we formed a partnership with them and then took a field trip to the VA. The kids they sang some patriotic songs. We did a STEM project, and they also interviewed the vets. Really specific questions about their service and, what their favorite thing was, what they got out of it, and things like that. My goal was to foster empathy and respect for our veterans. And during the project there, I had veterans come up to me thanking me for bringing the kids there. So they really appreciated it, and I think everybody got a lot out of it. And now I have some veterans who want to volunteer here. So I'm hoping the project just continues.
I'm Leisha Adams. I'm a fourth grade teacher at OUE. Our Class Be the Change project was conducting a lemonade stand so we could raise money to buy products for Pound Buddies, which is a local nonprofit organization. The kids worked really hard together to make fresh squeezed lemonade. It was a great day that we did that together. We had a great turnout from the community at the lemonade stand, and then we also had the next day students buy lemonade. Together we were able to buy a bunch of milk bones for the dogs at Pound Buddies, and then a bunch of Pong toys and other chew toys for the dogs, and some cleaning supplies. A couple of students went with me to drop all that stuff off, so it was awesome being able to go to Pound Buddies and to meet their dog Cinnabon there, who is like their mascot. So it was a great project for the kids. Some of my favorites of the project were when the kids were outside selling lemonade and seeing the community come to support. And then my other favorite, I think, was how many, like I said, the staff in the community coming in to support us.
I'm Chad Zimmerman. I'm a fifth grade teacher, and my class chose to do a project with the third grade class as a kind of a fun field day event. Seeing how the kids interact and how the fifth graders kind of mentor the third graders and kind of teach them how to act like a fifth grader. I think the biggest thing is recognizing that you can do something small and make a big change in someone else. And I'm hoping to see that as a growing experience for the fifth graders.
I'm Haley McMahon. I teach fifth grade. And my project we called it Be the Change at Recess. My students were in groups and they made different booths of activities. The main goal was just to make other kids smile and spread kindness and fun across the grade levels and classrooms. So we were out for all the recesses, and kids would come and they were doing, we had a booth for rock painting, some kids were playing softball, we were giving away popsicles and just making jokes, and the kids did everything. It was all their idea. So it was cool to see them take the lead and think of things that would make other kids happy.
Yeah, well, there's the theory that, if a butterfly flaps its wings on one side of the world, it's going to have some kind of effect, maybe a tsunami on the other side of the world. Now, will that really happen or not? Who knows? But the idea that one small thing can make a bigger change. I could say good morning to somebody in the morning and smile, and that could make the rest of their day better. One small thing could affect the rest of the day.
Hi, my name's Michelle Bryden. I actually did two projects. One was my one class down in fifth grade. We did kindness flowers, where we delivered different flowers. The kids got able to put their bouquets together and pick a teacher, staff member that they admired and deliver those flowers to those teachers. Another project that we were doing are a popsicle sale for sports equipment with a different fifth grade classroom. So with that, we are going to raise money by selling popsicles, and with that money, we are going to buy sports equipment. I really like the fact that they were able to see smiles on teachers' faces with the flowers, delivering them, and how that made their day, and knowing that one small act can really make someone's day. And then with the popsicles for sports equipment, I like that they're actually giving back to themselves and their own community.
Hi, my name is Jody Brums, and I teach fifth grade here at Oakridge Upper Elementary. And our project was to clean up trash from the school down to Beals Park. It went really well. I kind of made it a contest, so the kids had these really big bags, and they cleaned up trash everywhere, including a dead squirrel. My favorite part is that all the children wanted to get involved. There was nobody that stayed away or stayed back. They all were really excited to get involved, and we had about 7 bags of garbage.
My name is Libby McCormick. I teach fifth grade, and my students decided to do a project to show appreciation for the firefighters. So we took donuts to them in the morning and just kind of had time to hang out with them. My favorite part of the project was seeing my kids so excited about going to see different parts of our community, seeing how they interacted with the firefighters, how so many of them were excited to learn about what they did, and then just show appreciation for them and what they've seen them do already in our community.
One of the things I really hope students take from this Be the Change initiative is that it doesn't really cost anything to make a change. You know, every classroom when I came around at the beginning of the year, I gave them $1. And I had them put that $1 up on their whiteboard just to remind them that, you know, what would you do with $1? If you had $1, what would you do to make somebody's day? And that it doesn't really cost much. You know, you can be kind and it could cost nothing. And like I said, going back to the news thing, you don't have to do much to make a difference because one small thing can lead to bigger change. What I hope teachers get out of this Be the Change initiative is that every day, you know, they have 25 to 30 kids in their room, and they're making a difference every day. They're not always going to see the differences that these kids make in the world, and they don't know what these students are going to do tomorrow and then do the next day and how they're going to pass it on. We talk a lot about the butterfly effect this year and how one small thing can lead to a bigger change. Teachers, they have 30 kids. You know, all 30 kids are going to go out, and if each one of them makes a change, how many different things are going to happen down the road?